The rugby world exploded when Joe Schmidt's Wallabies pulled off a stunning upset against Scott Robertson's All Blacks in the 2025 Bledisloe Cup decider, snatching victory from the jaws of defeat with a last-minute tactical masterstroke that left fans reeling. Just as the Kiwi seemed poised to dominate, Schmidt unleashed a hidden set-piece ploy that flipped the script entirely. Smash that subscribe on all sports updates for non-stop rugby thrills. Joe Schmidt, the Irish-adopted Kiwi tactician, revolutionized rugby with his forensic precision and unyielding structure. Rising from coaching Leinster to leading Ireland to 3 Six Nations titles and a Grand Slam, Schmidt's philosophy hinged on meticulous detail in every phase of play. His chop and barge strategy forced opponents to overcommit resources at the breakdown, creating exploitable spaces for lightning-quick attacks. In Ireland's golden era, he transformed a middling side into world-beaters by emphasizing set-piece dominance. Scrums and lineouts became weapons of mass disruption, with subtle variations that baffled defenses. Analysts still dissect his sequences, a 4-phase build from a scrum, where decoy runners pulled markers wide, allowing barging forwards to punch through the gut. This wasn't flashy rugby, it was calculated warfare, where preparation trumped improvisation. Schmidt's training sessions were legendary for their intensity, drilling players on clean-out techniques until they could execute under fatigue. When he took over the Wallabies in 2024, amid their post-Eddie Jones chaos, skeptics doubted his rigid style would suit Australia's flair-loving culture. Yet, by 2025, he'd instilled discipline without stifling creativity, blending Irish grit with Aussie speed. Victories over South Africa and England showcase his evolution, adaptive defenses that read opposition patterns in real time, turning turnovers into tries. His attention to video analysis bordered on obsession, spotting weaknesses like a hawk. Remember how he exploited New Zealand's loose rucks in that Bledisloe thriller? Schmidt's tactics aren't about overwhelming force, they are about outthinking the enemy, layer by layer. Critics called it conservative, but results spoke louder. Ireland reached world number 1 under him, and Australia's resurgence in 2025 to 2026 proved his methods timeless. As the 2027 World Cup looms, Schmidt's blueprint emphasizes sustainability, building squads that peak at the right moment, avoiding burnout. His storytelling arc is one of redemption, from schoolteacher to elite coach, proving intellect triumphs over brute strength. In matches against top tiers, his teams averaged 65% possession control, a stat that underscores his control-freak genius. But is this enough to crown him superior? The tension builds as we pivot to his rival, whose approach couldn't be more contrasting. Schmidt's legacy inspires coaches worldwide, a testament to how brains beat brawn in modern rugby. Scott Robertson, the breakdancing innovator from Christchurch, stormed onto the scene with the Crusaders, claiming 7 Super Rugby titles in a row through sheer audacity and flair. Nicknamed Razor for his sharp mind, Robertson's tactics revolve around high-tempo chaos, where offloads and counterattacks turn defense into offense in seconds. His Crusaders dynasty thrived on multi-phase plays that incorporated backs into forward duties, creating mismatches everywhere. Think deceptive dummy lines and backward runs that lured defenders out of position. Pure rugby anarchy disguised as strategy. When he ascended to All Blacks coach in 2024, expectations soared, but early 2025 stumbles against South Africa exposed vulnerabilities in his bold rebuild. Robertson's masterstroke, stockpiling depth, aiming for 4 deep in every position by 2027, ensuring injuries never derail momentum. His training fused fun with ferocity, dance-offs to build team spirit, paired with grueling sessions on transition play. In the 2025 Rugby Championship, his All Blacks unleashed blistering speed, averaging 4.2 tries per game through innovative kicking games that pinned opponents deep. Yet, losses to Ireland and Australia highlighted tactical tweaks needed. His love for risk sometimes backfired in tight contests. Robertson's storytelling is pure inspiration, from player to coach, overcoming personal tragedies to embody Kiwi resilience. He praises rivals like Rassie Erasmus for boundary pushing, adopting elements like bench bombshells to disrupt flow. By 2026, predictions swirl that his All Blacks will end the Springboks' reign, thanks to adaptive offenses that evolve mid-game. His edge lies in psychological warfare, pre-match mind games and in-game surprises keep foes guessing. Data shows his teams excel in unstructured play, with 70% success in broken field scenarios. But does this flair outshine Schmidt's structure? The rivalry intensifies as we compare their head-to-head clashes. All sports updates. In the crucible of direct confrontations, Joe Schmidt and Scott Robertson's tactical philosophies collide like tectonic plates, each exposing the other's flaws while highlighting strengths. The 2025 Bledisloe Cup series served as their epic battlefield. Robertson's All Blacks entered as favourites, armed with razor-sharp counterattacks, but Schmidt's Wallabies countered with impenetrable set-piece walls. In Game 1, Robertson's high-risk offloads led to early tries, yet Schmidt's forensic breakdowns forced turnovers, flipping momentum. Statistics reveal the contrast. New Zealand dominated territory at 58%, but Australia's 85% tackle completion rate, drilled relentlessly by Schmidt, stifled any sustained pressure. Robertson's innovation shone in transition moments, like a blindside chip that caught the Wallabies napping, but Schmidt's adaptive defense, reading patterns from video prep, neutralized it in the rematch. Storytelling here turns dramatic. Imagine the tension in Auckland, where Robertson's bench strategy, unleashing fresh legs for a late surge, nearly stole victory, only for Schmidt's chop and barge to barge through for the winning score. Broader analysis shows Schmidt edges in structured games, with a 75% win rate against top 5 nations during his Ireland tenure, while Robertson's Crusaders boasted 80% in finals, thriving on chaos. By 2026, Robertson's All Blacks adapted, incorporating more discipline, but Schmidt's Wallabies evolved too, blending structure with Aussie improvisation. Key surprise: Robertson's public praise for Schmidt masked underlying bad blood from past comments, adding personal spice. Who prevails? Schmidt's detail-oriented approach suits Test rugby's grind, where margins are razor-thin, but Robertson's flair captivates fans and inspires comebacks. Their 2025 clashes ended 1-1, a deadlock that fuels debate. Schmidt's consistency versus Robertson's explosiveness. As the 2027 World Cup approaches, their tactics will define eras, with Schmidt's legacy of rebuilding underdogs clashing against Robertson's dynasty-building prowess. The rugby narrative pulses with uncertainty, each coach a chapter in the sport's evolution. Ultimately, declaring a winner between Joe Schmidt and Scott Robertson boils down to context. Schmidt's tactical superiority shines in rebuilding fractured teams, his structured genius turning chaos into conquest, while Robertson's innovative edge dominates when talent overflows. Schmidt's Ireland and Wallabies revivals prove his methods yield long-term success, with win rates hovering at 70% in major tournaments, emphasizing preparation over improvisation. Robertson, however, redefined winning with the Crusaders, his high-octane style producing spectacle and silverware, though 2025's All Blacks hiccups, 3 losses, highlight risks in international pressure cookers. The surprise twist: in 2026 predictions, experts tip Robertson to surge ahead, his bold stockpiling paying dividends against Schmidt's more measured build. Yet, Schmidt's subtle set-piece sorcery often outfoxes flashy attacks, as seen in upsets over powerhouses. Storytelling culminates here: 2 Kiwis, once allies, now rivals shaping rugby's future, one through intellect, the other through instinct. If forced to choose, Schmidt's tactics edge it for their adaptability and detail, proven across continents. But the debate rages on, a testament to their brilliance. For rugby purists, it's not about better, but about the thrilling evolution they drive. All sports updates.